everyone. My name is Michelle and I do 5-star book reviews, and I am so excited to talk about this book right here. Once Night Falls by Roland Marullo came out on December 1st, so it's only been out for a couple of weeks, and it had so many reviews, so many on Amazon. I was like, yes, I'm reading this. First of all, up on your screen, 365 pages, World War II historical fiction. I love World War II historical fiction, and I knew it was going to be amazing. I saw all these reviews in such a short period of time. That is amazing, Roland. And I know you've written so many other books, but this is the first one that I've read of yours, and I am so happy that I did. So don't believe me because I'm just one person. You can also go up on your screen and see what one of my favorite historical fiction authors has said about this book, Owen Dempsey. If you know anything about me, you know I have interviewed him so many times, and I love him so much. But this is what he said. Chock full of characters that leap off the page and laced with intrigue, Once Night Falls is a hard book to put down. Set in wartime Italy, it depicts how the war affected everyone, from the peasants trying to get by to the partisans resisting the cruel Nazi regime to the leader of the Italian fascists, Il Duce himself. And I hope I said that right. Owen knows World War II historical fiction, so when he says it's amazing, don't just listen to me. This book is perfect. It takes place in Lake Como. I'm going to put a picture of Lake Como up for you, a map, so you can see where it is, because it is so important. I don't know Italy that well. I don't know where the different cities are. But once I started reading it, I'm like, where is this place? Is it in northern Italy? Is it in southern Italy? Where is it? Well, as you can see, it's northern Italy. And that is huge because World War II was right at the doorstep of Italy there. Main character Luca is, oh my gosh, Roland, you did such a good job with him. We've got Sarah, his Jewish girlfriend, who I can't say much more about. And then we have his mom, who's also a main character in this book. And of course, we have a priest, because we're in Italy, right? I mean, this story wouldn't be complete without a priest. So he starts the book off with in the opening scene of Mussolini. And I'm going to put a picture of him too. I love this story. I knew I was going to read it from the time it came out. Actually, I saw it coming weeks in advance, and I was like, yes, I am reading this book. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I love this book so much. Number 1, Lake Union author. Roland is a Lake Union author. Look at this cover. Lake Union never disappoints on a cover. I love their covers, and their authors are so amazing. I've never been disappointed. So I knew right away. I'm like, yeah, I'm reading this book. Lake Union author. Number 2, World War II historical fiction, because I have read so much, but Roland was able to find a story that I didn't know that much about. And that's all we want as readers. We want that little snippet of a story, and we're like, I don't know that much about Mussolini. You know what? What was his role? I want to know. Number 3, it has World War II women heroes, and that I love. Oh my gosh, Roland, you did such an amazing job making the women a main focus in this. I mean, Luca's the main character, but the women are also huge, and the sacrifices that they made and how smart they were. You gotta love it. I mean, that is the one thing that World War II brought out in the women, is that they knew what to do. They were sometimes the ones that were running the show behind the men. I love you for that. Number 4, short chapters. Roland, you did such a great job moving this book along with short chapters, and that is not typical of World War II. I should say any historical fiction. That is not typical. Usually we're in for a long chapter, but you kept it going like a thriller, and I love that. It was historical fiction / thriller in my mind, because every chapter I was like, one more chapter, one more chapter. But that's what you do with short chapters. They make us believe that we can just keep reading, and before we know it, we're like 3/4 of the way through the book. So you did that brilliantly. And then number 5, again, Mussolini. Didn't know that much about the man. I wanted to know. As soon as I saw it I was reading the little blurb about it, and I was like, yes. I have not read many World War. Actually, I don't even know that I've read one that made Mussolini a character that you got to see a little bit of the human side of. And from the little bit that we learned in school, tiny bit, I mean, at least I understand the man more, and I love that. And so, Roland, thank you. I can't wait to see what you are doing next. I will read it. This book was perfect. and I read it in a couple of days. I enjoyed every minute of it. So, guys, below, IndieBound, Amazon, go read this book. If you need a historical fiction book in your life right now, let this be the one. And if you don't believe me, go to Amazon and see all those reviews from people who give it 5 stars. And I am so happy for you, Roland. And, you know, if this makes its way to you, I I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You did an amazing job. So, everyone, until my next book.